Hi, welcome to one of your first videos of the 4-H dog training for the 4-H Dog Club. This is a little bit of a change of what we normally do because we're normally in person, but because all the screening is going around, we obviously can't do that. So today I'm going to be going over what you will need for training. So the first things that you will need are going to be cleanup supplies. So I have this cute little holder for my poop bags that clips onto my bag, but you can buy poop bags in these like rolls and like packages. I think this came in like 8, and they're just rolls. This is a lot. I probably won't use all of these, but they're something you have to have, or you can use like plastic grocery bags, just kind of whatever you have. These are just easy because you tie the tops and then get thrown away. And you'll also need cleaner and paper towels because no matter where your dog potties, you have to clean it up, whether that's on the concrete or in the grass. So you have to be prepared for all situations. And then the next thing that you will need is water for you and your dog. So for your dog, you can either have whatever type of bowl you have. I have this nice collapsible bowl that goes on the side of my bag that we got at a pet store. I'm sure you can find them online. Or you can use things like a plastic Tupperware dish or a metal bowl, just whatever you have that your dog will drink out of. And I also really recommend, if you haven't noticed, I have stuff clipped onto my bag, that you have a bag for all of your dog training supplies. I keep all my grooming tools and just anything I'll ever need for my dogs in here because it keeps everything just in one place. I know where it all is. And for on those nights that you're running late to class or something, you can grab your bag and you have everything and you're prepared for class. And it's just way easier to carry everything. So the next thing that is very big for dog training is treats or bait, as we call it. And you want something that your dog likes to eat and is easy for them to eat. They know what the treats are. So my dogs like the pepperoni training treats, and these are already, this one is already small, but I tend to even break these into smaller pieces because they really don't need a lot, because you'll be rewarding them and treating them a lot, and you'll go through a lot of treats if you're giving them whole ones every single time. And like these for him are in sticks, so you just break these up and I keep them to feed him. So to keep your treats in for when you're training, it's really good to have a treat bag so you don't have treats just floating around in your pockets and you're not trying to reach in your pockets to grab them all the time, because we move fast, so you have to treat fast. And so you can get these like online, sometimes you can find them in stores. And these are really great. This one we specifically found at Stock and Field, formerly Big R. They're pretty good priced and they're really good. They have lots of clips to clip onto whatever you're wearing. They have a nice drawstring so it's easy to reach in and grab your treat to feed them. And they're really good for training, and we really recommend you use them because it makes everything so much easier. So the next thing I'm going to talk about that you'll need for training is the leashes and collars that you'll use. So during our training, you will use chokers and 6-foot leather leads. So these are your chain chokers. They come in different sizes, and we have those available in our 4-H Dog Club. So when we actually come back to class, we can get you size if you don't have one, and you can buy one from us. And then maybe you don't have a dog that uses a choker, like if you have a breed with shorter hair like a boxer or a smaller dog like a Chihuahua, you would want to use more of a nylon choker, which you can find these at Walmart, and all different types of sizes. They're also adjustable because these are much gentler on their hair. If they don't have a lot of hair like mine do, they have lots and lots of fluff, so I can use the chains on them. They don't really need the nylon. And then we use our 6-foot leather leads. You can get these in about any size. They come in an inch, but we recommend never using anything bigger than 3/4 of an inch, because then once we start gathering them for training, it makes them hard to hold the bigger they are. So the way that we put on chokers is you want to have them, make sure you have the right size. That's the biggest thing, because for dogs like boxers and stuff, their heads are bigger than their necks, so you're gonna have to have a bigger choker to fit over their head than on their neck. So it might look a little big on them depending on like what size it is. So how you put together a choker to first use it is it'll be in a chain like this, and you'll drop the chain in this little loop down here. So just drop that through so then it connects and you have it. So when putting your choker on your dog, you want to make it a P for puppy, and how you look at it as a P. So when it's as a P, so this is the stem of the P, you want to put it directly over their face as a P. So how you know your choker fits, this one is his, and you only want 2, maybe 3 inches of the stem without pulling super tight on them, and that's how you know it will fit them. So the way that you want to make sure that you have your choker on right is your dog is always on your left for when you're training. So the stem of the P will be on the right side. And the way that you, like, it's really important to have your choker on right, because with the choker on right, you pull for correction, and then you, when it goes back down to release, it takes off that pressure. If the choker is on wrong, it keeps that constant pressure, which can make your dog uncomfortable and not understand what you're asking, so they won't respond very well for you. And this is also a great time to tell you that when we're training, we don't keep our buckle collars on, and you don't need cute bandanas. I know they look utterly adorable in them, but they're just not appropriate for training, and you should just have your choker on them when you're training. So I know that we don't always all have these things at home, especially like for our new members, you guys might not have all this stuff. So things you can use at home, you can use things like their normal flat buckle collar. They might snap, they might buckle, just their normal collar, and a lead, whether that's nylon, braided, twisted, whatever you have. If you have a 6-foot lead to work with, that is awesome, and it's because that's the length that we work with at training. But if you don't, like this one is not a 6-foot lead, but it works. You right now will just make whatever you have work. So this will work even if it's not 6 foot, because it still gives you that basis that you need. And maybe you don't have those, or you might have a slip collar at home. And these are great to use because it kind of acts like a choker, which your dog may understand better with the pressure. But again, with these, you want to make sure that you're putting them on like a P so they work right. So P for puppy, and slips right over their head. And this one, like specifically, it kind of like, I can tighten it a bit more to make it like the choker kind of part fit better, so it works better. So that is all I have for you. I hope you guys find all the things you need for all of your training. So stay tuned for more training videos while we're kind of in our own little bubbles.